Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp. This is some information on the MOTB, that it's a real thing, that the government's talking about it, and unlike some people believe, it's not just to track your dog. All right, it's talked about being used in humans, whether it be external tag or internal tag. And a document I'm going to skim through it just talks about RFID to track humans, but I believe it was written in 2006, a DHS document. So we'll go through Neuralink first.
Elon Musk's brain science company has implanted a device into a human for the first time. The unidentified person received brain chip implants Sunday, and Musk says they are, quote, recovering well. U.S. Food and Drug Administration has given Neuralink clearance last year to conduct its first trial to test its implant on humans. The move is a critical milestone in the startup's ambitions to help patients with paralysis and other neurological conditions. Neuralink says the brain chip is designed to allow people to control almost any device just by thinking.
Okay, so this video was put up January 30th, 2024. This is out of Southern California. All right, so we know that you have private companies that are being approved by government. The government are making waves in the microchip technology. This was put up 2 years ago, microchip implants for payments becoming reality.
Listen to this. Instead of carrying your wallet in your back pocket or your purse, a tech company wants you to keep it under your skin.
All right, so let's explain here. Walletmore is selling microchips implanted in your hand as an alternate payment. Could this be the future? Maybe. Once you set up your card info in the company's app, look at this, it says payments could be as easy as swiping your hand over a card reader. Right now, chips are not sold in the U.S.
Like this particular company, this is 2 years ago. This is April 13th, 2022. So I've done videos on this Walletmore company. I think other brothers have done videos on this. All right, so we're going to go to Revelation 13. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. Which the image of the beast goes back to the old Roman government, and upgraded to today. Laws, rules, guidelines, regulations, mandates. If you don't follow them, you will be put to death. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. We look up mark. You have charagma, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. G5480. Charagma. It says, of the mark stamped on the forehead of the right hand as a badge of the files of the Antichrist. All right, so this is going to be something that's going to cut into your flesh. A scratch or etching. Charagma, which goes back to a charex. All right, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is the same thing, the mark. You have to have that mark to make purchases. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 636, which is 666. And you'll know that many of these major companies hide that number in their products. That's what predictive programming. So we're going over to, just so you know, that the RFID is in the news. It has been drafted. It's being talked about in the government. U.S. Senator introduces legislation to block mandatory use of electronic radio frequency identification for livestock, May 13th, 2024. All right. So, according to what I'm reading here, farm2consumer.org, their blog, there is no current law to mandatorily use RFID tracking for cattle on the interstate highways. All right. So you can go visit this. I can't post links except for YouTube links. So if you want to read this, just I'll put the title in the description box so you can cut and paste that. All right. So it's being talked about. So it wouldn't have to be put something to block it if it wasn't possible for it to actually be used. All right, now let's upgrade to humans. So the point is, it's being talked about. So we know it's not just to track your dog. So Homeland Security, DHS.gov, the use of RFID for human identification. And you click on its PDF. So I clicked on it. All right, introduction. I'll skim through it. The purpose of this paper are to address the rules of radio frequency identification technology by the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, to identify and track individuals, outline the potential data privacy and integrity issues implicated by the use of RFID technology, offer guidance to the Secretary of DHS, program managers, and DHS privacy officers on deciding whether to deploy RFID technology to track individuals, and to offer steps to consider in order to mitigate privacy and data integrity risk when planning to use RFID to identify and track individuals. So there was once a man that said, "Oh, this is technology only used to track your dog." That's the point. All right, that's why I'm reading this, because this is RFID technology is going to be used. This is what we believe to track people, and the purposes is the application is what to track and to make payments. The RFID system can be and is being talked about to track humans. It's not just something that you put in your dog. All right, so it's not really a theory. It's not a theory. It's a conspiracy, but it's not a theory used to track humans and to make payments. I just showed you videos and I'm reading a document to you. So I'm gonna go down to page 7. You can easily find this if you want to look this up and read through this whole thing. Easily be able to find this. Difficulty. So it's not saying that we absolutely want to do it. It's going through all the things that it was read in the beginning. All right. So the point is being talked about. It can be disempowering and unfair to collect certain types of information about people without their knowledge. Doing so prevents people from taking steps to conceal information they might prefer not to share. Human identification using RFID has serious potential to deprive people of notice. That's like a Fourth Amendment violation, right? That potentially highly specific. Deprive people of notice that potentially highly specific. Detailed information about them is being collected. So the government knows this is documents written on tracking people using radio frequency identification. All right, and they know the risk. Without formidable safeguards, the use of RFID and identification cards and tokens will tend to enable the tracking of individuals' movements, profiling of their activities, and subsequent non-security related use of identification and derived information. So you know that the use of RFID can be dangerous without taking safeguards. All right. So this is RFID technology is not just to track animals. All right. Passports. So I believe this is written in 2006. I'm not sure if there's an updated document. So the purpose of reading this is to prove to you that the government is talking about tracking people. All right. And they're not being specific here on whether it's a subdermal implant or external. It mentions like chips and cards and passports. But the point is that RFID is the technology. Where they put it at will be based upon what the government says makes mandatory. All right, and we believe that the government is going to make it mandatory subdermally. Subdermal. It would be a subdermal implant. All right, per the precept, the scripture. All right, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead. All right, so you can easily find it. The use of RFID for human identification, DHS document. All right, you can find it. So it's there. It's not. We're not making this stuff up. All right. Whatever application they decide to do, they're already doing it with the other stuff, with the cards, the passports, and placing chips in bags. All right, we believe that they're going to make it subdermal in the future for payment and identification and tracking purposes. All right, the government is telling you that they're going to do it. All right, so I'll leave that there. Hope you're edified. Hope you were edified. Shalom to the next lesson.